Welcome to a very sunny Greystoke. Behind me, the introduction for this house, well, what a spectacular property. We are in the heart of Greystoke and looking at one of the most significant renovations done by Carrick Designs that I think I've ever seen, and they are incredibly reputable builders. This almost 200-year-old property has been lovingly renovated over a considerable period of time and done to such a high standard, I cannot wait to show you inside. I don't usually start at the back of the property, but as you can see with all these different levels, there's been so many alterations and changes over a very, very long period of time to be able to give one of the most characterful rear accesses to a property I think I've ever seen. There's significant gardens, 5 bedrooms, loads of reception rooms. Everything throughout has a very strong touch of class and done to such a perfect standard. The front of this property just screams Georgian house, and we're going to pop around there in a moment just to show you. But this is going to be a very exciting video, so brace yourself. We're going to pop around the front, show you a bit of where we are positioned within the village, and then, without further ado, we're going to get inside and show you this wonderful property. So as promised, we're at the front. Does this or does this not scream Georgian house? I mean, it's absolutely stunning. I mean, and the renovation project that has been done on here has been done very lovingly, even to the point where we're lucky enough that this has got timber double glazed sash windows, which in a listed building is an absolute rarity. You can see the roof line is absolutely perfect. And we've even got, if you follow down here, somebody really wanted a little design twist to put this little castellated section at the front. So the rear, stunning. Front, equally stunning. And if we just pan round, we are bang in the centre of Greystoke, and the village is everything that surrounds us. Pub over here, village shop over there, easy transport links. I'm going to stop talking about this outside now because I really want to show you inside. So we're just at the rear of the property now, and I'm going to take you in to go and have a look. But I'll make mention of this. We've got Bushby House Barn, which is a 1-bedroom annex stroke holiday let to the side, but we'll see that in a minute. So let's go and have a peek inside. So as I said, the renovation here was done by Carrick Designs, and Carrick Designs are known locally as a very, very high-end developer of significant properties, and this is absolutely one of those. As we come into here, which I think most people with this house will end up using this as their main entrance, you've got a loo which is in here. There's a fantastic sunroom seating area here, which really does take advantage of the fact that the sun placement for here is fantastic. Coming through into here, this is going to start getting more exciting. Actually, I'm going to nick this camera for just a second. Some of the design twists that Carrick's put in, these wonderful bits of oak work throughout, and you know that they are specialists within that specific industry when you see the quality and workmanship that's created. So sorry about that. Okay, so we've got a very nice open dining room. The elevation here really makes it feel very, very grand, and a very nice place to be able to sit and eat. Coming into here, we've got a wonderful kitchen, and it's handmade, great work surfacing, a lovely dining space, complete with a bit of kitchen jewellery, which is the Aga, but I'm not going to be able to get in all of this, so I'll have to walk from one end to the other because it's a very, very sizable room. Even things like this dresser, and you can feel when you're here that this is very solid quality, made to last, and is supposed to be durable for a generation to come. At the back here, we've got what's being used as a study, and what a lovely study it is. So we've got, again, beams. This little section that's here, well, it's not little, it's quite substantial, is really, really lovely. Now, these look like they're newer beams, but again, done to that traditional tradesman standard. And looking at things like the floors throughout, you've got a lot of timber in here and a lot of good quality timber that will last for a lifetime. So coming through, this is a really big tour, so brace yourself for this. Coming through into here, we've got a perfect utility and boot room. And we've even got, again, and I'm going to liberate the camera, we've even got, again, another of these balustraded areas, giving a little mezzanine, sorry, excuse my hand, and a bit of extra light, but that grand feeling of space as you come into here. So a very well fitted out and appointed room. We go into here. Now we've got a fantastic sitting room, snug, could be a music room as they've got the piano in here. And behind you, one of the very beautiful original features throughout this house. And that's mirrored with things like the fireplaces, and the feeling in here is of something that's definitely got a bit of age, but that feels like it's new as well at the same time. So it's a fantastic renovation, really taking advantage of the fact the period features are here, but re-enhancing them to be able to give them another couple of hundred years to go. So let's have a look into this lovely study. So we've got a really big space in here, nice library wall, which is very good, and original feature fireplaces, a really good usable space. If we look out of the window, you've got that street scene over the wonderful village, well, edge of Lake District village, because it's literally just a mile or two away, of the village of Greystoke, full of amenities and everything you could ever need. On this floor, we've got one more room to see. So let's go and have a look at this beautiful sitting room. So we've got a couple of steps down into this room, which is very, very opulent. Could you imagine sitting here, having friends over of an evening and sitting relaxing and chatting in a room like this? I mean, the guys that live here have got fantastic taste anyway, so their art is really bringing this room to life. But with this curved wall and these lovely doors leading out onto the garden space, this has got a very beautiful feel to it. Now that brings me on to something that I haven't mentioned in this video already. Above here is probably in the top 3 of the best bedrooms I've ever seen. And I've worked in this industry for over 20 years, so I don't say that lightly. This is going to be rather special. So brace yourself, we're now going to go to the master bedroom suite. This is a very beautiful entrance staircase that's going to lead up to these wonderful bedrooms, complete with lovely stone steps and this lovely picture window which looks over the garden space, which we'll go out and have a look at properly in a moment. But it's very, very nice. So I promised you an amazing master bedroom, and I am not going to disappoint you. This room is so over opulent and beautifully designed, it screams character with this beautiful bow in the wall, with these huge opening windows looking onto the garden. There's a tiny little arch window up the top there, really kind of giving a bit of extra flavour to it. And the ceilings here must be at least 5 meters tall. But it doesn't finish with just this wonderful bedroom, because, please do come up here, you've got an incredible ensuite as well, with a shower that must be over 2 meters, a Victorian clawfoot bath, his and hers sinks, wonderful original feature fireplaces, and it is very, very, it feels very opulent, but feels very period correct. But I'm going to just take this camera for a moment, because looking up here and seeing how well thought out this was is a real statement piece. Let's go and have a look at the further 4 remaining bedrooms. So let's go and have a look at these other bedrooms. So we come up to a nice spacious landing, and in here we have a very generous sized bedroom space here, which is fantastic. Loads of storage cupboards and other bits and bobs. So a really good spacious room, and this whole house has a lot of space within it. You've got, and I don't know if you remember from earlier in the video, the little mezzanine area, and there's another one over here which we'll look at shortly. And that really gives that extra light up in this hallway. But we've got a rather splendid bathroom in here as well. So another clawfoot bath, loads and loads and loads of space. Again, loads of oak on the floors, big shower cubicle behind us. But again, another opulent space. Coming into this bedroom, big, solid fitted wardrobes. Again, another very large room. And something which I probably should have made mention of throughout, there are lots of window shutters in this house, which give that real traditional feel to it. And again, views overlooking towards Greystoke. So we've got on this floor one further room to see. And the amount of beams and timber and everything else really gets shown even further when you come into here and you've got this wonderful beam, this nice study area, and this is where the dining space was downstairs. So you can see how much elevation there is. And then this last room, I don't think the word cute is right, but it's beautiful. You've got 4 windows, lots of elevation, done to a beautiful standard. And this finishes the tour of this incredible house. But we've still got a 1-bedroom barn conversion to see, and then all of that outside space. So stay tuned. We're going to go and have a look at some other parts. Okay, it's now time to be able to have a look at this rather beautiful 1-bedroom barn conversion. So let's go and have a look. So this has been converted again by Carrick Designs and is stunning. It's been a holiday let for a long time. It brings in quite a significant revenue, but you've got loads of space. I mean, imagine if you're coming on holiday and you wanted to go to the lakes or spend some time in Cumbria, and you've got this rather spectacular 1-bedroom place that you can use and get have a wonderful holiday in. Or think about that for your guests if you had here. Or if you've got a dependent relative, or if you've got some kids you just want to kick out the house, this is kind of perfect. Or that income stream, which will help add to the reducing the running costs of the house. So we've got great space in here, a beautiful fitted kitchen, again done to a very, very nice high standard. And upstairs, we have nice solid oak staircases with a bit of good wrought ironwork, marries up well with the house. But we have quite a nice size bathroom with clawfoot bath and shower. And then the master bedroom in here is very spacious, plenty of storage, plenty of space, big oak beams, and a real fantastic additional extra. I mean, again, if you're a multi-generational family that want to live together, this detached unit is so good. It's the same quality as next door, so no compromise. Let's go and have a proper look outside. So let's have a look at the final outside space. So if we go here, actually, I'll just make mention, we've got a full biomass boiler system in here. For you, those of you that don't understand that, that's a heating system which has a payment every month that you get back. They're quite expensive to set up, but once they're in place, they can give you a very strong reward. This has a reward of 9.5 years left in payments, and last year got £11,000, which meant this whole place didn't cost anything to heat. So that means that you've got a significant dwelling with a holiday let that doesn't cost anything to run. I'm going to finish with that at the end, because that will take a little bit more explaining. Well, we've got this nice driveway area that leads up to here, plenty of parking, and then through this little gateway we come into the back of the property, and it's very, very pretty. Got a lovely stone outside shed here, which is a really good space. But this is really where you're going to be spending most of your time, with a table like this, sitting and dining and entertaining with friends, or just taking in and relaxing in such a very beautiful environment. But this doesn't come with just this bit of garden. We've got this, which will grow over with plants all the way round through spring and summer. I've seen the pictures. This garden is absolutely spectacular. Seating areas here, there and everywhere, just to be able to make sure that you get to enjoy. And then you come into a second tier of garden, which again is not insignificant in size. There's absolutely loads of space, very beautifully done. And on the website, we're going to get some pictures from the vendors, because they have lovingly spent so long creating this garden space. And I'm just going to point back in this direction, that it would be really good for you to be able to see what this really does look like in summer. So time for the recap. I'm going to have to start breathing in deeply, because there's a lot to recap on. So Georgian property, full of history, grade 2 listed. An intensively restored property, but restored correctly. I would say there's so much period correctness here, and they chose the right people to do that job. Carrick Designs have done a fantastic job. All the timber work looks incredible, and the fact that there's that loving attention to detail, and that comes at some cost. but these owners spent it to make sure this was right. You're in the centre of Greystoke, which is just literally a mile or two away from the actual national park. I think if we could be up about 50 feet, Blencathra is just over there, so you're within all of that wonderful walking space. The house itself, 5 bedrooms, the en-suites are incredible, the reception space is amazing, the kitchens are fitted out to the highest standard, and that kitchen would stand the test of time for another 50, 60, 70 years, because it's basically built like furniture, which means it's been done by craftspeople to be able to make sure it's got longevity. There is a feeling and a vibe throughout the entire place that just makes you smile and makes you feel happy. And if this is for you, you will have many years of that feeling, I'm very sure. So I think that probably wraps it up for today. If you are interested in this property at all, please do give us a call on 01768 881111 and we would be delighted to discuss this with you further. Thank you.